going to save this to my computer. So, yeah, we're on. Yeah, we're doing a test uh, for introducing my guest speakers for this Saturday. And right now, I wanted to introduce Dave Greenberg, and he's a lending officer, if you want to call it that. And I know he's from New York originally. I've known him for what, about a year? Great guy. So Dave, yeah, why don't you tell us, how did you get into the business of lending?
Well, I worked on Wall Street in mortgages since 1991. So um, I
Wow.
fell into my job, but I ended up being on the trading desk at Bear Stearns for 16 years, specifically doing mortgage-backed securities, and I did that until 2017, and then uh, not with Bear Stearns. With Bear Stearns, I was up until the market kind of crashed, 2007. Took some time off and then went back and worked until 2017 and moved out here and did a couple of other things, but decided that I really loved mortgages and lending and found a job in Phoenix doing loans. So
Oh,
I became
wow.
a loan officer, yeah, since my background was mortgages, and I liked it. And it's been really rewarding. There's nothing better than helping someone buy a home or refinance a home and save some money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, with this down economy, how has that affected your business?
Oh, it's had a big impact. The markets are very unstable. Um, they're starting to stabilize now, but for for a few weeks, there was very little lending going on. People stopped looking at homes because so many people have lost their jobs. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
this coronavirus has had a very big impact. Even new people I've just started talking to um, are very, very cautious about uh, whether they're or not, they're they're thinking about buying a home, but no one's ready to make a move, it seems.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I heard they're tightening up the or just to qualify for a loan anymore.
Yes, it's
Why is it so, why did it tighten up?
so okay, so let's talk big picture. So when someone makes a loan, they generally don't hold the paper. In other words, if I'm a bank and I lend you $200,000 to buy a home, as soon as I make that loan, in all probability, I'm going to sell it to an investor.
Oh, okay.
So basically, investors are taking a look at the market and a look at the economy, and they're becoming much more cautious. I mean,
Oh,
think about it. In 2 weeks, I don't know, what, 16 million people filed for unemployment.
yeah, God, it's unbelievable.
So if you're a lender, if you're an investor, and the product that you invest in is mortgage-backed securities or mortgages outright, um, you've got to think to yourself, what is the risk of lending to somebody if the economy is so unstable?
Oh, yeah.
So, it's all about the economy. What is a forward-looking outlook? And the good news is that the market has stabilized for conventional loans.
Oh,
So, if you're a borrower and you're a W-2 employee, you work for a big company that we expect to be here in 6 months, and we expect you to have your job. Um, you've got a good shot at getting a loan today.
hmm.
If you're self-employed, uh, it's going to be much more difficult. So banks are requiring a higher FICO score for certain types of borrowers. Um, it's They're being much more cautious. They're looking not only at you and your job, but the company you work for to decide how big the impact of this, I don't know, it's probably a recession we're in, although it hasn't been called it yet, how deep it's going to be and how long the impact is going to be here. So, it's really, it's not about the banks. It's about the investor who's going to buy your loan.
Oh, okay, okay.
And they become more cautious.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
you
Yeah,
know,
so how can they, yeah, how can people get in touch with you? Do you have like a website they can sign up online, or would you rather have people call you?
yeah, they can call me, and my number is 480-333-4445. And
Oh, okay.
if that's not the easiest number to remember.
Wait, and tell them your name again and the name of the company.
Yeah, so it's David Greenberg. The company I work for is Lonatic.
Oh,
That's Loanatik, like lunatic for loan.
wow. That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. And aren't you originally from New York?
Yes.
Aren't you
Yeah.
glad you're not up there right now?
Oh my God. So yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what it's like. So the first apartment I moved to in Manhattan in 2003 was 36 floors with
God.
536 apartments.
Wow. Wow.
And that, I mean, that's like a giant petri dish.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
could,
yeah,
yeah,
I have a financial advisor up there right now with his twin brother. They live together, and they're in Manhattan.
yeah,
And he said they can't, if they go outside, they have to wear a mask and gloves, and they have to explain if they get stopped why they're outside, unless they have a good excuse,
yeah.
but yeah, I can't imagine living like that. I mean, we're so lucky being in Arizona.
Oh, without a
Uh,
doubt.
But anyways, I'm going to stop the recording and see what this looks like. So thank you for joining us, and
Yeah.
we look forward to seeing you soon.